Okay, so now we are trying to create the practical of JWT. So this is the first step, make a fresh Spring Boot application. So we go to Spring Initializer, make a fresh application, use this version, use Maven, language as Java, and whatever you want to give name as the packages, Java 17 because she has Java 17. And second step will tell you which all dependencies to take in the initial stage. The second stage says dependencies to be taken are web and security. So we have already taken web and security. If you wish, you can take Lombok also. So if you want, you can add Lombok because we will be creating two model classes. So for that, it is good that we have Lombok. Okay, Lombok also taken. And now, but Lombok dependency. Okay, and then you will click on generate. And when you click on generate, you will get the, what will you get? The zip file of that project. Extract it, demo, and import it in your IntelliJ or Eclipse. Okay, so that will cover step number 3. Now step number 4, make a package by security. Make a package, make a security package. Make a package by name security, and in that security package make a class by web security config. By what name? Whatever name you wish to give. I am giving what name? Web security config, which will extend which class? Web security configurer adapter. So till here we have come. In that, what we have to do, all steps are mentioned over here. In that, go and override the configure method of authentication manager builder. So control space bar, and which function to override? The configure of HTTP security, web security, config. क्लोन फिर कॉन्फ़िगर, हाँ ठीक है, ये वाला ले लियो, ये आ गया. What code we have tried in that? In that we will do the authentication. So remember when we were doing authentication of DAO, we would call the auth and pass what to it? Password encoder and user detail service. Now we are not using anything, we are using plain in memory access. So I will only pass what? User detail service. So I will take this, and it will require object of what? So what will it require? Object of, I am passing the object of my detail service. So this I will auto wire. This I will what? Auto wire over and pass it. So that I have done over here. See, you just have to use the code over here. I auto wired, okay, my user detail service. So I should have this class. So I should have a class by the name what? Service. So I have, which I mentioned over here. So you have to create two classes. You have to create two classes. Okay. So make two classes. Make two classes. Okay. One is your web security, extending this, and second is your this, which will extends what? User detail service, right? Extends what? User details service. And you will auto wire the object of this class. You will auto wire the object of this class over here. So below I have created that class also. And in this you will also require the password encoder. Okay. And we will say no password encoder because we are using plain text. Am I understood? We are not using big crypt. We are using just plain text. We are going to make a bean of it. And what is this? It is requiring object of. So below I have made that a class also. I have spoon fed this to y'all. I have spoon fed this to y'all. So make a class by what name? Okay, so go to your security package, new class. What is the class? Okay, and in that we are passing the user detail service. So I am just making a temporary user by, so load username will return me this user. Okay, string username. So that will come from the, I will, whenever I'll call this function, I'll pass the username, okay, and it will return me this user. Now this user is my inbuilt user, okay. This user is my, so let's try to import all this. So just do a control shift O, control shift O, it will import. So user I want from over user, okay. Done. What is this string user? Extends. I have not done it over here. Okay, we didn't. I did not copy that. Okay, we didn't. I did not copy that code. Okay, implements. Make sense? So let's copy the entire code. Okay. And now Control Shift O and inherit that also. Okay, make sense? Done. Step. This also done. This also done. Try it on the application and hit the welcome endpoint. Okay, this don't do right now. This don't not do right now. This will do later on. Okay, this will do below. This will do below. Okay. So I'll paste it at the end at the moment. Then we will see. Okay, I'll post it in the end at the moment. Then we will see where to put it. Now next, where do we go? Then we go to the step 5, add these two dependencies. Add these two dependencies. We have not even added Lombok also, right? So if you want, you can add Lombok also. So paste these two dependencies over here. Go to your form and go and paste these dependencies. Dependency. Okay, and dependencies over here. Enter, Control V. Okay, and you want Lombok, so you might be having any existing project. In your SBI, you have Lombok, right? So take Lombok from there. This is your SBI Lombok. So this is your Lombok. Okay, so add these three dependencies. Okay, so I come back to my demo and use the Lombok dependency also. Okay, and now save this. Save this. Go to your project. Go to clean and clean which project? Demo project, right? And clean. It will start importing the dependencies. So let's let this download the dependencies and step 5 also complete. We have added the dependencies. Okay, so in this we will add one more dependency of what? Lombok. So you can copy it and from here and paste it over here. We have added the Lombok dependency. So add the following dependencies. Okay. Now once that is done, make a package by what name? Utils. Okay. And make a user defined class by the name that will, that class will have all the methods to generate token, to extract the claims, check the validity of the token, all those methods this class will have. So we will make those methods. Okay. So just a class, you give the secret to it, extract username, extract expiration, all it. So just what you have to do is copy this as it is. By in which class? GWT utils. Just copy this code and paste it as it is. Control C. So what I'm doing, going back over here, making a package by what name? Utils. Okay, make a package by util. Okay, and in that package make a class by what name? JWT, right? Make a class JWT util. Done. And in that class just paste this code which we have pasted over. Just paste it. Okay. what is happening over here? This is a function, a class is getting over here. Yeah. And this is the class is getting okay. Twice we have got it right. So this was not needed. Okay. And what you can do is Control Shift O to import all the okay. So function I will take of function. Okay. Data I will take of util. Data I will take of util. Okay. Got it. And service stereotype. All good. Okay. If you want, you can increase the expression type. If you want, you can change the secret. Okay. If you want, you can change the secret to whatever string you want to keep. This will be helpful in making the encryption. Okay. And this secret key is never there stored on the local computer or in this format. It is on the cloud in some vault, some folder, but it is a secret key. That key will make an entry over here in the resource in the application properties. Okay, and then from here we will read it by at value in the industrial implementation. But here, just for the sake of demo, we are doing it secret over here. Step 6 also done. Step 7 what? Create an API which will accept username and password and the auth service. Which service? Auth service. So the auth service will accept the input and give the output. Input will be username, password. Output will be the token. So we will make two model classes: authentication request, authentication response. So this will make in which package? Which package? Model package, entity package, whatever. So let me make a package. Sorry. First let's make a package. So click new package. What name? Model. Okay. This model we have to make how many classes? Two classes. So which is the first class? Authentication request. Copy it, paste it, finish. And what all will be in that? This all will be in that. And getter setter. So as you have Lombok, as you are having Lombok, you can just give this much. You can just give this much. And do what? Add all arg constructor. Add no arg constructor. Add setter. Add getter. Control. Okay. Control Shift O. Control Shift. Okay. So we have got all that. So this was first is no args constructor, all args constructor, getters and setters. All good? Any problem? Then make a class by what name? And what will that give you? The token. So token will be a final, right? Private final. Okay. And it will have this. And as you are using Lombok, you can add those dependencies to this also. But here you don't need the setters. Setter is not needed over here. Why? Because we are setting. And as it is final, we will not require the no arg constructor also. Control Shift O. Why is not OARG not needed? Final cannot be modified from here, no? So no need the no arg constructor. So what we require over here is the all args constructor and the getter, right? So all arg constructor and getter. All good. So this step also done. Move forward, and now we will make the user detail service. Okay. Okay. Now let's see what we are going. Now we are going to. Okay. Now in the controller, make the endpoint by what name? Authenticate. Okay. So just put this code over here. So how it is doing the authentication? So in the end controller, just put this. So I go to and make a one more package by what name? New class, new package by what name? Controller. Correct. Then that you have to make a class, right? So what are we doing? Durability controller, whatever name you want to give to the class. JWT controller. सही है उसमें गए और क्या what do we do? Write this method. This is a at the rate controller. Well, so now we are just returning a string message, right? So at the rate controller will also do. And now request mapping. So just control shift O. Okay, now which all objects are being used over here? I'm using object of authentication manager, and I'm using object of user details. This I am creating. I'm using object of GW token, right? So I'll auto wire these two things. Which two? Authentication manager and see this object I'm creating over here and I'm using. But these two objects I'm directly using, right? Which are they? So we will just auto wire them. So this code I've written on top. Just auto wire these two objects, okay? And auto wire use my user data service also. 1, 2, and 3 things we will auto wire. So paste it over here inside the class. Okay. Now you're going to do Control Shift O, and it will import everything. Imported, all good. And this is my end point. This is also done. Okay. Now for this authentication manager to work, for this authentication manager we have used AutoWire. For that to take effect, what we have to write? Override the following thing in where? In which class? Web security config. Which class? Web security config. So go back to which class and just add this control control shift O. Done. Okay, my user detail service it wants. So what should I have done? We are auto wired this, right? So when we had created this class, and I had created the class, I had auto wired my user detail service. So I'm passing object of this over here. So I need that object. So now I didn't have the class earlier. Now I have the class, correct? So I had kept this on hold. Now once the class is there, auto wire is done. Okay. So this step is done. This step is done. This step is request response also is done, and this step also is done. We have to made the authentic API, okay, and we have also this to work. We have also added this, okay. Now by default, every request goes to the because we have added security. So by default, if I add security, it opens the login page. Now for the token, I don't want to open the login page. So what will I do? I will go to my web security config and override which method? Configure of HTTP security. So I go to my web security config and override which method? the configure of HTTP security. And what do I do in it? I write this, that please do not authenticate endpoint. And others you can, if there is any other endpoint, then you can, but for this don't do anything. Okay, so this is also done. Now hit the authenticate endpoint, verify the token is being returned. So now let's try to hit the authenticate endpoint. So now I save, now run the control. Okay, we have not made the application properties. So here what am I reading? I'm just reading server.port, right? Because by default it will take what? 8080. So I will say 8081. So now I will just go over here and try to run my application and see how it runs. Run as Java application. Save everything. हम्म अभी तो काम बाकी है ना बहुत सारा फिल्टर तो अपन वो रीड करते टाइम दो फेज है ना जनरेट टोकन और फिर ऑथेंटिकेट टोकन ना पार्ट वन पार्ट टू है ना starting with the default profile. Okay, starting what it is selling. Okay, did we not annotation of you? Okay, we did not add service annotation to this. The service, right? We did not add what to it? Service, because we're auto wiring it, no? So auto wiring, you all need a at least any of the stereotype annotation or the component. Done with this. Now go right click, start होगा तो stop पे करेंगे तो लाल का हुआ वो ये मगरिब कदा कराएगी मेरी okay, we added service over there. We are recording everything, even the error messages also we are recording. Okay, so that we all can troubleshoot. Controller, controller authentication manager. Controller has the endpoint, right? Add controller authentication manager. It has auto wired. Yes, and now we have in our web security config written this code that authentic manager being okay in token require the bean. Yeah, that bean is there. Authentication manager that code could not be found. Inject point, consider defining a bean in org authentication manager in your configuration. Are we missing out on any bean part or what? We have made a bean over here, no? So should we remove the override? Because here I have given override and bean both. Correct? In the documentation we have override and bean both. Here we have both. If I remove the override and then do a run, bean is there, right? It is getting the bean from the correct package, correct? is coming from annotation being yes. Same. This I had already explained this, right? That if we are using an auto wire, okay, then we are using an auto wire of this, auto wire of authentication manager, auto wire of angel service, and this. And to overcome that, in the authentication manager override bean authentication manager. Yeah, that's what we have done. We have done this. Still, why is it struggling? In the web security config, it says go and override this. Yeah, we did this. This part was done. And then why is it having a problem? This is what it is asking for. मुझे बता रहा ना वो इसी को बता रहा कि इसमें इशू आ रहा है वो चेंज कर दिए हैं. Why is it doing this? And application debug mode, field authentication manager in controller requires a bean of type org string framework security authentication manager. In your web config, whatever you have done, your web config, whatever you have done, your controller authentication manager auto wiring you have done, authentication manager. So security authentication dot authentication manager, and we have auto wired this. Okay, controller. Are we missing out on any of? Okay. We did not enable web security to this, no? Did we enable web security to this? Enable क्या? Web security. And what all does this have else? Configuration also, right? At the rate configuration. So this it is not able to pick up because of this. Okay, started. Now go to where API dog and hit the endpoint. Correct. go to API doc. सो अभी हम लोग जाके एक नया API क्रिएट करते हैं. ओके, सो व्हाट इज द API? बोलो जल्दी से फटाफट. You have any? हाँ, http colon slash slash localhost colon 8081 slash authentic authenticate. ओके, और फिर इसको हम बोलेंगे authenticate सर्विस. authenticate, ठीक है, ये हो गया. गेट का पोस्ट है, पोस्ट हम भेजते हैं ना, सेंड सेव करें. और फिर उसको जब हम सेंड करेंगे तब हम क्या पास करेंगे, उसको रिक्वेस्ट बॉडी में एक जेसन फॉर्मेट में उसको वैल्यू पास करेंगे. करेक्ट, ये मेरा जेसन ऑब्जेक्ट हो गया. क्या है मेरे मॉडल क्लास के एट्रीब्यूट्स क्या है, रिक्वेस्ट क्लास के यूजर नेम पासवर्ड है ना, यूजर नेम क्या है, और मैंने क्या दिया यूजर नेम पासवर्ड. टाइप कर रहा है वो, शायद साथ में दिखाएगा. पासवर्ड, ठीक है, जेसन हो गया. नाउ इफ आई डू अ सेंड, it will authenticate it, and in return it will give me a JWT token. आया, ये टोकन आ गया. ये आप टोकन लेके jw.io पे चेक कर सकते हैं ये टोकन में क्या क्या है. ठीक है, ये फर्स्ट पार्ट तो अपना हो गया. नाउ विल कम टू द सेकंड पार्ट ऑफ द दिस. ओके, so what we are doing over here now, okay, this all is done. टोकन आ गया. ओके, दिस टोकन इज स्टोर्ड ऑन द क्लाइंट. तो अभी तो अगर इसको टोकन को लेके कहीं स्टोर कर लेंगे, पैट प्लस प्लस है, उसको लोकल स्टोरेज बोल देता था. लोकल स्टोरेज पे मैंने स्टोर कर लिया उसको. तो अभी मैं बाकी काम करता हूँ. ठीक है, स्टेप 7 पार्ट 2 का. ठीक है, अब वो जब भी हम लोग नेक्स्ट रिक्वेस्ट भेजेंगे, तो जब मैं एक रिक्वेस्ट बनाता हूँ, मैं कंट्रोल में आ गया वेलकम, क्या बनाता हूँ मैं, जब भी मैं वेलकम एंड पॉइंट हिट करने जाऊँगा तो क्या करेगा वो. हाँ, अगर मैंने @get मैपिंग से एक रिक्वेस्ट बना दी मैंने, क्या नाम की, वेलकम. और जब मैं इसको हिट करूँगा तो एक फंक्शन कॉल करेगा, ये पब्लिक स्ट्रिंग ग्रीट व्हाट इज रिटर्न. ओके, तो जब भी ये फंक्शन को मैं कॉल करूँगा डायरेक्टली वो उसको इंटरसेप्ट करेगा फिल्टर. और वो टोकन को, क्योंकि जब भी मैं फंक्शन कॉल करूँगा मैं रिक्वेस्ट हेडर में मैं टोकन में पास करूँगा ऑथराइजेशन के साथ. तो वो कोई चाहिए बीच में इंटरसेप्ट करने वाला जो उस रिक्वेस्ट को इंटरसेप्ट करे. तो उसके लिए हम क्या करेंगे, फिल्टर बनाएंगे. तो एक पैकेज बनाएंगे किस नाम का, एक पैकेज बनाएंगे फिल्टर्स नाम का. किस नाम का, तो पैकेज बनाएंगे एक न्यू पैकेज फिल्टर्स. अब उसमें अपन एक क्लास बनाएंगे जो अपने उसको फिल्टर करेगी. ठीक है, तो इसको मैंने क्या बनाया, JWT रिक्वेस्ट फिल्टर. इसको एक्सटेंड करेगी वो वंस पर रिक्वेस्ट फिल्टर. इसको करेगी क्लास बनाया, ठीक है। तो यहाँ से पूरा का पूरा कोड डाल दो उसके अंदर, और वो सब डिटेल लगेगा इसके लिए उसमें। ये सब कोड आपको इंटरनेट से मिल जाता है, अपने एप्लीकेशन को पेस्ट रखने का सुविधा। ओके, कंट्रोल शिफ्ट O will import everything. Okay, at one click everything is imported. Okay, this is also done now. Next, what at step 12, what you want? Configure the HTTP security method now. Now we are telling कि तू है ना स्टेट मेंटेन मत कर, स्टेटलेस कर, और हमारा जो फिल्टर है ना वो काम करेगा स्टेट में मैनेज का। तो जो कॉन्फ़िगर मेथड था ना वो भी ऐसा हो जाएगा, जो अपन ने सिर्फ इतना किया था ना उसको थोड़ा बड़ा कर देने का। कि अभी हम लोग क्या बोल रहे हैं इसको, कि जो सेशन मैनेजमेंट होगा ना अभी ये, ताकि मालूम पड़े कि ऑथराइज यूज़र है क्या नहीं, तो वो काम जो है अभी हम इससे करवा के लेंगे। तो ये जो है कोड थोड़ा लेंथी हो जाएगा। तो कंट्रोल शिफ्ट ओके। तो ये अपने को लगेंगे इसके वो ऑटो वायर्स। तो किसका ऑटो वायर लग रहा है अपने को? रिक्वेस्ट फिल्टर का। तो यहाँ पर ले लिया, कंट्रोल शिफ्ट ओके। और अभी ये क्या इशू हो रहा है, डुप्लीकेट मेथड निकलना मेथड। ओके, HTTP सिक्योरिटी में करना था, सॉरी अपन ने इसको उसमें कर दी, अपन ने इसको उस पर कर दिया, इसमें वाला कर दिया। अपने को इसको करना था ओवरराइड, इसको करना था ओवरराइड HTTP सिक्योरिटी वाला, इसको ना इसको करना था ना अपने को ओवरराइड। ठीक है, क्या चाहिए अपने को? ऑटो वायर्ड किसका ऑब्जेक्ट चाहिए? फिल्टर का। यहाँ गए और यहाँ डाल दिए इसको, कंट्रोल शिफ्ट को सारे निकल गए। अब ये सारा फिल्टर काम करना शुरू करेगा। और फिर अभी लास्ट में 10 पॉइंट बनाया, ठीक है। अब जब इसको हेल्ड करेंगे तो अभी अभी जब इसको हिट करेंगे तो अभी ये सेव हो गया, ठीक है ना। और अभी वापस रन करेंगे, अपने बहुत सारा कोड चेंज कर दिया, तो स्टॉप किया, उसको क्लोज किया। अब इसको रन करेंगे, ओके। अब जब अपन ये वेलकम वाला पॉइंट कॉल करेंगे, जब ये टोकन पे जा रहे हैं अपन अभी और कौन सा वाला एंड पॉइंट क्रिएट कर रहे हैं? अरे ये टोकन सेव है तुमने किधर? नहीं सेव किया तुमने, ये सेव ही नहीं हुआ। नहीं अभी का कॉपी हो गई, नोट पैड खोला था मैं, अभी का कॉपी हो गई, क्लिक भी नहीं आएगा। कोई बात नहीं, बड़ा एंड पॉइंट बना के रख ले, एंड पॉइंट तो बना के रख लेते, एंड पॉइंट तो बना के रख लेते हैं। कंट्रोल्स ओके, यहाँ पर आ रहा है। वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड। टोकन कॉपी करके रख लो। ये वैलिड है ना 10 एक घंटे के लिए? कितने घंटे के लिए वैलिड है ये लास्ट में 4 है क्या? ठीक है, अब जाते हैं नया बनाते हैं एंड पॉइंट। तो ये तो सब सेम है, ये एंड पॉइंट का लास्ट में से वेलकम है ना, गेट भी है, और लास्ट में सिर्फ क्या है? वेलकम, वेलकम है और वेलकम है, ठीक है। सेव कर रहे हैं इसको, रन किया क्या अपन ने? रन हो गया, ठीक है। रन, इसको रन किए। और अभी क्या करना पड़ेगा अपने को, हेडर में जाके क्या की क्या है, ऑथोराइजेशन क्या है, आ गया। अब आगे गुड बॉय है ये। वैल्यू क्या है, बेरर के, हाँ लगा के गुड बॉय, बेरर कीवर्ड लगाने का, ठीक है ना। वैल्यू क्या रहेगा, बेरर स्पेस और ये, ठीक है। अब मैं अगर इसमें से चार में से एक कैरेक्टर निकाल दूँ तो ये इनवैलिड टोकन है, तो मुझे क्या आएगा, फॉरबिडन, कि आपको उसका एक्सेस ही नहीं है, फॉरबिडन है इसका, राइट। और अगर हम चार ऐड कर दें और फिर हिट करें तो क्या आया, 403 आएगा नहीं। अब क्या मिसिंग था इसमें से, 4 मिसिंग था, आपका 8mm4 है क्या, 8mm4, ठीक है। मैं टोकन वैलिड ऐड करता हूँ, ओके करके सेंड करता हूँ, तो अब ये ऑथराइज कर देगा, इसको एक्सेस करने का हक है, वेलकम डिस्प्ले कर देगा। क्या वापस वही आ रहा है, स्टॉप कर दो। Error is coming because we are using controller over here, right. Just replace this with rest controller and then rerun your application, generate the token, and now try to hit this endpoint ABC. And if you try to run it now, pass in the token in the authorization and do a send, it will give you the response. Okay, response has come. Well, so now we have done GWT using in memory.